Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2027 BMW G80 M3. This model's finished off in an individual color called Laguna Seca Blue, and with options, MSRP is just over $101,000. We have quite a lot to go over for the last model year for the G80. So if you are looking for specifically the manual transmission as well, this is the manual sedan to go for. Now this is powered by the 3-liter twin-turbo inline-6 paired to that 6-speed manual transmission, and it pumps out 473 horsepower, 406 pound-feet of torque. It'll do 0 to 60 in just over 4 seconds. Top speed can be up to 180 miles an hour. Now as we work our way up front, this model has the 360 camera system. So you get the forward camera, the large kidney grille, there's also parking sensors as well, and then the dark housings for all of the LEDs. Now you'll notice more gloss black for the lower corners of the bumper there, and then the lines from the top of the grille extend their way into the hood, just blending it in nicely and giving this sedan a muscular front appearance. Now this also has the staggered setup for the wheels. So they're 19s up front, 20s in the rear. This is also spec'd with the carbon ceramic brakes. Now you'll notice too, more gloss black for the lower side skirt. It's on this M3 badge. And then this has gloss black for the power folding side mirrors with the camera and a turn signal. There is an option to get those body colored if you would like. There's more gloss black for the window trim and then the carbon fiber roof. A sunroof is available as well. And then very nice lines that flow down the side, leading to the back where you can get a body colored spoiler, which will match the mirrors, of course. There's the backup camera, parking sensors, and then the quad tip dual exhaust and LEDs for all of the lighting. Now with the manual, you do not have remote start, but you can use the key fob or the release underneath to gain access to your cargo space. Where for a sedan like this, you have plenty of space. There's storage pockets on both sides, and then you can also fold down the back seats, making it very practical. And then you can close the trunk or lock the vehicle. Now, if you do lock it, grab any door handle to lock and unlock it, which is fantastic. This is also paired with the Silverstone interior. There's Harman Kardon for the audio, plenty of storage along with ambient lighting, and then some of the brushed accents for those controls. And then you do have some Alcantara trim accents for the two-tone seats and a large opening to place in all of your items. At 5'10", I also have a good bit of space. There's vents, auxiliaries, and then some temperature controls. I also have about 1 inch of headroom, and you have this middle seat. You could use this as an armrest possibly. You have very large drink holders though to use in the door panel, and you have plenty of space for full-size adults. A car seat can also fit very comfortably in the back. Now this also has memory seating adjustments, the window controls, trunk release, more storage down below, and then the two-tone for the seats, which are automatic with the one manual support. So you can adjust that as needed. And then as we hop in, this has the optional Alcantara steering wheel. You'll see M1 and M2, cruise control settings, and then volume tuning, Bluetooth, and voice commands. Now, when you push on this middle control, this allows you to rotate through all this information within the gauge cluster. So depending on what you need to see for the day, you have quite a lot to view. You can also get into the head-up display and go through those settings as needed. Now, this is also a manual steering wheel, so you have that control down below in order to adjust it. You also get storage, headlight adjustments, one air vent. There's leather for the dash. And then with the infotainment system, you have quite a lot to go through. Now you can also use the shortcuts and the rotary dial down below. You can get into the drive recorder, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There's the climate adjustments, you have interior lighting, definitely a lot to configure. The home screen also has all of these widgets, and you can customize them as needed. So you can add what you would like depending on what you need to view. Now there's also a shortcut into the climates, your navigation and music, and then this has heated and ventilated seats, the heated steering wheel, and temperature adjustments are on both sides. Now there's optional carbon fiber, vents underneath that, and then volume tuning, hazards, and defrosters. You get more carbon fiber down below where there's a little bit of storage along with auxiliaries and cup holders. And then this is how you put it into reverse. Now, even with the manual, you get automatic parking, backup assistance, and then the 3D view. So you can see around the whole vehicle. There's also another top-down view, and you can gain access to your forward camera in full screen by using that control. There's also parking sensors, engine start stop, and then setup is how you can get into M1 and M2. This is how you can go between efficiency and Sport Plus. depending on how you want the vehicle to react, with quite a lot of options to set this vehicle up to your liking. M mode is how you can also change the gauge cluster and the head-up display. You can view a lot more performance information. You can still, however, go through info on this left side. So you can pull up any of this that you would like to pair with that, and you have the large tack for the head-up display. There's also exhaust note, auto hold, and the e-brake. You get wireless charging with storage and an auxiliary, a locking glove box, and then garage door buttons and dome lights. And then a good bit of visibility over both shoulders. You have very thin pillars, lots of glass for this sedan. And with everything in Sport Plus from second gear, here's a minor acceleration. Definitely sounds good in the stock configuration. And again, clutch pedal's very light, shifter is very engaging too. There are some BMW models, and like the Toyota Supra, some of their transmissions are different and react differently. I think this is a really good one for this vehicle. So it's very easy to know what gear you're in, and it just has a good feedback to it. So this is what it's like to be in the final year for the G80 M3. It will be interesting to see some interior changes as well if they do away with this screen, which I know a lot of people aren't a huge fan of, but I went from a 2022 X5 to the LCI X5, which has this screen. I love it. It is so much nicer in my opinion, and now that my brother owns this exact vehicle basically, he's gotten really used to it in a few days and enjoys it too. So I like the low profile too. It doesn't take up any visibility looking out of the dash, and it's a really nice system. Both of us are not super techie type of people, and the way that you can go through the screen, even using the voice commands and everything, is so easy to use. So I think it's a really nice design, but I think we will see some differences in the next model years like we have seen in the new iX3 that's coming out. Maybe something a little slanted in the middle here, and maybe a screen that goes across the dash or something. So I think this is as techie as I would go, and I think it's a really nice layout. But with the M3 in general here, it's a nice luxury focused vehicle. These are probably going to hold their value very well, being the last of the G80. So this is something to get now. This one is currently available. If I needed back seats and I could swap out the seats for the carbon fiber bucket seats, this would be something that is very tempting. With all the carbon fiber, you have a lot of different ways you can spec these, of course. The manual starts in the high 70s, so this definitely has a lot of options, as you've seen. So you have a lot of ways you can spec these, just depending on your budget and what you're looking to do. So M3, I think it's the ultimate family sedan that has a lot to offer, and it will be exciting to see thoughts and reactions of the next model year and what that has to offer. But for now, we have the manual M3, such a fantastic car. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up, consider smashing that subscribe button, and once again, huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Northlake for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website, that is linked down below as well, and I will see you all in the next video.